It was a rescue that took hours of planning, careful maneuvering, and in the end, a man and his dog were lifted out of a ravine in Penn Hills. Tonight, one of the rescuers is sharing his story. Ralph Iannotti joins us live with the update. Ralph.
Yeah, thanks very much, Ken. Personally, I'm still amazed about how this turned out. It was such a successful operation. People here in Penn Hills still talking about that incident last Friday afternoon when a car plummeted off a cliff, trapping a man inside the car and his dog in a ravine. Well, tonight, for the first time, we're hearing from one of the rescuers.
I did not expect any survivors after I saw how far down it went.
Jason Bonace is a K-9 police officer in Penn Hills. He's been an officer here since 2005. He says he has the coolest job in the world. Bonace was the first emergency responder to make his way down that steep hillside Friday afternoon to reach Timothy Hill and his pit bull Boss after Hill's SUV plummeted over a hillside, landing in a ravine 150 to 200 feet below. Bonace says it's still hard to realize there were no serious injuries in that wreck.
I saw it with my own eyes and I still don't believe it. It was truly a miracle. He didn't have a seatbelt on either. He told me that. The dog wasn't secured.
Bonace says he helped in the rescue, but it was really a team effort. Paramedics, police, firefighters, even a veterinarian, all working together to get Hill and his dog out of the ravine safely. In fact, it was Bonace who brought up Boss secured between his legs. Hill was brought up separately. What caused Hill to careen over the side of the cliff remains unclear. But Bonace says what is clear is the bond between Hill and his dog.
Our traffic guy is still investigating it. What Mr. Hill told me was he was at the top of Grove Road where he lives. He started to come down and he pumped his brakes and they went straight to the floor. And he told me this, which still amazes me, and I love the guy for it. He told me that he had plenty of time to jump out, but he said he didn't want to leave his dog. So he rode over with Boss. He wouldn't leave him.
Yeah, it really is mind-boggling. As for the injuries, Hill's injuries included some lacerations and a cut lip. His dog was seen by a veterinarian and was given the green light to return home Saturday evening. We're live tonight in Penn Hills. I'm Ralph Iannotti, KDKA-TV News.